Rambam Hilchos Megillah-vChanukah Perek Gimel. The Bayis Sheni Kishmachis Malti Yovin goes to Xeris Yisrael Bittel Doitem Lanicho Yisrael Mask V'Tid Mitzvahs Aposhel Yodem B'Menam When they say when they say Leichel Fortzel B'Protzeis Etimat Haris. The times of the second Beis Hamikdash, the Greek kingdom issued decrees against the Jewish people, attempting to nullify their faith, refusing to allow them to observe the Torah and its commandments. They extended their hands against their property of their daughters. They entered the sanctuary. They wreaked havoc within it and made what was Tameh. They made what was Taris Tamo. V'tzolam Yisrael Mimfim U'Lochotzim Machas Kodal Shadichim Aleim Leia V'Seinu V'Yishim Yodam V'Silim V'Gorbu V'Nei Chashmonei Akenim V'Dilim V'Harbu V'Shiyim Yishim Yisrael Yodam Yemina Melech Anakene V'Chozim Malchi Yisrael Yisrael Masayim Shon Al Chulin Sheni. The Eden suffered great difficulties from then. They oppressed them greatly until Hashem had mercy upon them, delivered them from their hands, and saved them. The sons of the Chashmonaim overcame them, slew them, and saved the Eden. They appointed a king from the Canaan, and sovereignty returned to the Eden for more than 200 years until the destruction of the second Beis Hamikdash. When the Eden overcame their enemies and destroyed them, they entered the Beis Hamikdash. This was on the 25th of Kislev. They cannot find any pure oil in the sanctuary, with the exception of a single cruse. It only could last for one day. The lit the rainforest of light for 8 days until they could crush olives and put to soil. They say accordingly, the Chachamim of that generation ordained that these 8 days, which begin from the 25th of Kislev, should be commemorated to be days of happiness and praise of Hashem. Candles should be lit in the evening at the entrance of the houses on each and every one of these 8 days to publicize and reveal the nace. Yom Eilan in crime is called Chanukah ben Asur Behesper the Taris Kimei Purim. Not allowed to fast, and allowed to eulogize. And it's like Purim. Adlakas Aneris Behen Mitzvah Midirasef Mekiriyas Megillah. The mitzvah of lighting the candles is Midirabbanan like Megillah. Now, Kol Shachai Mekiriyas Megillah Chai Badlakas Aneris Chanukah V'Alaman Dekis V'Alarishan V'Varech Shalish Brachas. So whoever is obligated in the Kriyas Megillah, is obligated in Blakas Neres, and the one who lights it, the first man makes 3 brachas. Anybody who sees it and does not actually make the bracha, he says 2 brachas. And the Shechinah. One time Shechinah, that was the first day. So every day you think the bracha of Halal it's Midrabbanan Baruch Allah Hashem says Sivano K'derech Baruch Megillah V'Ala Edu Sholvadei Shul Levanim Baruch Allah Al Davar Shul Medivnei Mikra Silas Salim Mipnei Asavi Gin Ma'asit Mai then in Baruch Allah but Lo Baruch Allah Yom Tov Sheni in order not to, they should not be mistreated with zilzal. Chanukah is not only the only thing that's a rabbinic ordinance. Kriyas Hallel is Midir Seifrim. These are the 18 days that we conclude Hallel. Chanukah. So basically, it says, "Why if you shahain, it should be Rapacha Leimi Simcha Yisera." Take the Hallel before Shkizim Nila Hallel. Why didn't they institute it on? They're not ordained their station of a Hallel because reading the Megillah serves as the purpose of the Hallel. Places where the festivals are celebrated for 2 days, Hallels are set on 21 days. Tishri Me'achad, in the 9 days of Sukkot, Shmini Me'al-Chanukah, the 8 days of Chanukah. Shnei Yom Shal Atzer is the first 2 days of Pesach. Shnei Yom Shal Rosh Chodashim Pesach Halal Minhagi is only a minhag ve'einai mitzvah. Minhag is a b'tzivah fika fair medilip. It's a mitzvah, it's a minhag. That's why we do not bless it. We do not. We not make a bracha on the minhag. A person praying alone should never say the halal at all. Basically, actually, if he began, he should complete it, skipping the passages. With him, Mishar, the other days of Pesach, the halal is read while skipping the passages. It's a medallion. How does one skip Muslim with his halal ad chalamish the medallion? Has Hashem Zachani Yivorach ad halukum medallion worship Hashem ad halukum medallion min ameis across the cut say halal zelum negapashid. Ish medallion will after. All days appropriate to read halal. I'm sorry. Bakiras halal mafreli yatsa korbishov b'chazam b'karaf b'shishak that was halal. It's cool yatsa. If a person reads and pauses, even if he pauses for a time long enough to complete the entire halal, even fulfills his obligation. Yom shegem be'sahalal yesh le'lahaskim Perek. On days when the entire halal is recited, one may make interruption between chapter and chapter. I will memza Perek v'yafsik. Yom shekeirim b'hem b'dilak afil memza Perek. Just pace it. Kol yom shegem be'sahalal m'varach halfanov. All the days when complete halal is recited, a blessing should be recited before halal. U'makol shenagol l'varach acharon m'varach. Places where it's customary to recite blessings afterwards. You bless kids m'varach the halal l'chashol l'kecha l'kinokol ma'asecha b'chatitinu l'chasidim. Or you say, Sinach halal so b'nei yidu v'yishim b'l'kiyata Hashem l'chot tev. This one the Shem call is that the Zaman Meida Adelam Atokel Baruch Hashem Amelach Mohom Mushubah Ufer Achai. I told me Yimlech and about. Yesh Mekaymes Shinago Lispoil Uvaitza Ki Ani Sani. I say the halal cave called over the step on Makmash Shinago Lispoil Yishpoil, places where it's repeated, Makmash Shinago Lispoil cave. This is the custom according to which halal was recited in the days of the early sages. They respond Haluka 123 times throughout the entire halal as a sign to remember the years of Aaron's life. Customary when the reader reaches the beginning of each and every chapter, the people repeat the line you recited. Base Yakim Lays of Laminin, Aluka Shimra, Hatikish Masham, Skidatahan, Kalam Khizmim, Hatikish Madbemer. King Shimra Kir, Alukas Kolabay, Kalam Khizmim, Alukas Kolbay. Akimer, Anashamashena, Venim Afro, Anashamashena, Albish, Any Risha Perek, Labor, Anashavastikana, Venim, Anashavastikana, Labor Borachabo, Kalam Inger, Borachabo. Wanya Marcus, Alal, Cotton, and Ever the Isha. If the person is reading it as an Eved or a woman, says at present, however, I have seen different customs in all places with regards to the reading of the halal and the response of the people. Not one of them resembles to the other. Megillah-vChanukah Perek Dal, chapter 4, Aleph. Common nares umad b'Chanukah. How many candles should one light on Chanukah? It's also shit called Bais Mandak Nerechad, Ben Shri Asha, Bais Rubim Mitchalaya, by Ella Adam Echad. This is that a single candle should be lit in each and every house, regardless of whether there are many members of the household. Only one person lives there. Mahadas and Mitzvah Mandak Neres Kamining Ansha, Bais Ner Cholacha, Vecha, Ve'ashim, Ve'ashu. Person who performs a mitzvah in a beautiful and conscientious manner should light candles for every member of the household, whether male or female. This is a number from Mother near person who is even more conscientious in his performance of the mitzvah And this, and observes the mitzvah in the most desirable manner, should light candles for every member of this household, a candle for each individual, whether male or female, on the first night. Each subsequent night, you should add a candle for each of the members of the household. Ketzad, there was 10 members of a household. There was 10 members of a household. On the first night, one lights 10 candles. On the second night, 20. On the third night, 30. Till on the 8th night, one lights 80 candles. The whole arena became a common custom in the cities of Spain. The single candle is lit for all the members of the household on the first night. We proceed to add a new candle each and every night until on the 8th candles are lit. This practice is followed regardless of whether there are many members of the household or only one man. On a coral candle, although there's 2 openings, it can be counted for 2 individuals. If one fills a bowl with oil and surrounds it with wicks, one covers it with the utensil. Each one of the wicks is considered to be like a separate candle. If one does not cover with the utensil, it's considered to be a large fire and it's not counted even a single candle. The candle should not be kindled before sunset. Instead, it should be kindled at sunset. One should not light later, not later and not earlier. Or if a person forgot and didn't do it then, should do it until there's no longer any passerbys in the marketplace. How long is this duration? Approximately half an hour or slightly more. Once this time passes, one should not kindle. When to place enough oil in the lamp so that it will continue burning until there is no longer any passerby in the marketplace. If one lit and became extinguished, one need not light the second time. If it remain burning there until there is no longer passerbys in the marketplace, one may extinguish and remove it if one desires. All wicks and oils are kosher for the ner Chanukah. Even those oils that are not drawn after the wick, or even those wicks that do not hold the light well. Even on Shabbos nights, on Chanukah, it's permitted to light with oils and wicks. They're forbidden to be used on Shabbos lights. It's forbidden to use the Chanukah candles, whether on the Shabbos or on the weekday. It's forbidden to use their lights to inspect or count coins. There, Chanukah mitzvah lanicha pesach bezim b'chutz b'tevach asamal l'pesach asmel nichas l'bayis k'tei mezuzah miyamin and there Chanukah mismel. It's mitzvah to place the Chanukah lamp at the outside of the entrance of one's home, when the handbed that is closest to the doorway on the left side as one enters the home, so that the mezuzah will be on the right side and the Chanukah left on the left side. When a person lives in the second story apartment, he should place the Chanukah in a window close to the public domain. If a person places a Chanukah lamp more than 20 amas of the ground, his actions are of no consequences because the lamp does not attract attention above that height. There's a danger a person may place a Chanukah lamp inside this house, even if he lit on his table, it's enough. Therefore, another lamp must be burning in the house to provide light for other mundane activities. If a fire is burning the house, additional candle is not necessary. Putting in the house, additional candle is not necessary. But if a person is Adam Chashu, does not normally use the light of the fire, additional candle is required. Chanukah lamp that was kindled by a deaf mute, a mentally incapable person, a minor or a goy, is of no consequence, and it has to be lit by a person who is obligated to light it. If the Chanukah lamp is kindled inside and then taken and placed at the entrance of one's home while still burning, he's not the Eitzah. He has to light it in this place. If one held a candle, and stood in one place, it means nothing. Why? Because the person will say, he's standing there for his own purpose. When a lamp was burning through the entire Shabbos, one may extinguish the light, recite the bracha, and relate to camp. Kindling the lamp fulfills the mitzvah, not placing down. But Chanukah is permissible to light one candle from another. When a courtyard has two entrances of two different directions, it requires two nears. Passes by from the other direction might say a Chanukah light has not been placed down. If there were two entrances to a courtyard are located on the same side, is sufficient to light them and only one of them. A guest in another person's home whose family kindled the Chanukah light for him at his home, he not kindle the Chanukah light in the home where he is lodging. He doesn't have a house, so then he has to light where he is lodging. He should share in the oil expenses. You're staying in a private domain. The private dwelling is required to light in the place where you're staying, even though Chanukah lights are being kindled from that home because of the impression created in the minds of the passerby. It is mitzvahs ner Chanukah mitzvah chaviva him tzarich adam l'yisrael boy v'leidia nes la'is v'shevach hakil v'idea al nis mishvah. The mitzvah of kindling Chanukah lamps is very dear. A person should be very careful in its observance. Publicize the miracle. Us increase our praise of Hashem and our expressions of thanks for the miracles which He wrought on our behalf. Even if a person has no resources for food except from tzedakah, should pawn or sell his garments and purchase oil and lamps to kindle them as a form of the mitzvah. A person has only a single pruta, and he is required to fulfill both the mitzvah of sanctifying the Shabbos day and lighting the Shabbos candles. He should give precedence purchasing oil to kindle the Chanukah lamp over purchasing wine to recite the Kiddush. And since both of these mitzvahs are midrabanan, further to give precedence to the kindling of the Chanukah lamp, for it has a zifrin of the nest. Either from near base of Chanukah and near base of Kiddushin, near basic way that Mishum Shlem base of Sharishim, new glasses Shalom ben Ishta. God Shalom is called Atir Nitin Lasses Shalom Elu Shnemer Drachar Darchanem from the Sida Shalom. Person has the opportunity to fill only one of the two, which is lighting a lamp for one's home, or lighting a Chanukah lamp, or alternatively lighting a lamp for one's home or reciting Kiddush. The lamp for one's home takes precedence since it generates peace within the home. Now, peace is of primary importance, as reflected by the mitzvah requiring Hashem's name to be blotted out to create peace between husband and wife. Peace is great, for the entire Torah was given to bring about peace within the world. As it says, its ways are pleasant, ways in all its paths are peace. But now, Nigmar Shlishi, there's a Shakai, Miya Prakim, the Shalasever Shua, Tishem, the Shabbos, the Shleshim, Prakim, the Edim, the Shmena Prakim, Hilchos Shvisazas, Shleisha Prakim, it is Yom to the Shmena Prakim, Hilchos Chavatzamatz, Shmena Prakim, Hilchos Shiva, V'Sobed Elul, Shmena Prakim, Hilchos Shkalim, the Arba Prakim, Hilchos Kiddush HaChiddush, Isha Arba Prakim, Hilchos Tainas, Hamish Prakim, Hilchos Megillah-vChanukah is Arba Prakim. Ishut Perek Aleph, B'Shem Hashem, Kolel and Teras Fachom Mekir Chaim, Losser, Memekshi Moves. The name of Hashem, the God of the world, the instructions of a wise man is a spring of life to turn away from the snares of death. Sefer Revi, Lu Sefer Nashim. This is the fourth book, which is the book of women. The Chesed Chomesh V'Zeh Sidurim contains 5 sets of halachas, which are Hilchos Ishus, Gershon, Yibum, Chalitza, Naira, Psula, Seita. The laws of marriage, divorce, Yibum, Chalitza, Naira, Psula, and Seita. Hilchos Ishus is Yish B'Cholalan, Arba Mitzvahs, contains 4 mitzvahs. Shtei mitzvahs Aseh, V'shtei mitzvahs Leis Aseh. V'Zeh Prata. This is the details. Everyone, Lisa, Isha, B'Ksuba Kedusha, to marry a woman, granting her the rights of Ksuba Kedusha. Like Tivol, Isha, Shalim, Blek Ksuba, and Ulek Kedushin. Not to have relations with the woman unless there is Ksuba Kedushin. Like Tivol, Isha, Blek Ksuba, Ulek Kedushin. Shalai Yimana, She'er Ksusa, not deny her food, clothing, and marital relations. Difference with Libris Mimena to be fruitful and multiply. Be rich as Idol, Prophet Melo. Aleph. Before the giving of the Torah, a man who will meet a woman. Ratza hu v'hi Lisa Isa. Each of them wanted to get married. Machnisa l'teira b'yisei b'bailei b'nei l'vein atzvei b'tila l'isha. So before one Torah, you can bring her into her home, conduct relations in private, and thus make her his wife. Ki v'shnit and Torah v'estabi yisol shem yitzei ish Lisa Isha yikna isa tchila b'fneidim v'achar kach tila l'isha shnemer k'ikaf ish isha l'bal allow. And once the Torah was given, either were commanded that when a man desires to marry a woman, he must acquire her as a wife, the presence of witness. Only after this does she become his wife, as the Torah says, when a man takes a wife and has relations with her. The process of acquisition fulfills one of the Torah's positive commandments. A woman could be acquired in 3 ways, either with money, with the document of Rabbi, and Mekasef is Reziv Sefer. This process is called Kiddush and Erison. A woman who was acquired in one of these 3 ways is referred to as Megidashas Mu'arasis. Once this woman is Megidashas this way, she's considered Isha's Ish, and somebody has relations with her, is a chayiv executed by the court. Now, the Imrats of the Garish is they want to get divorced. If yes, she needs to have a get. When man ter Adam begin Isha l'shub Imrats who he needs to scharo bail Isa aim adera fa'eda was in Nikris Kedesha. Now, the Rambam says before the giving of the Torah, also when they met each other, if each one desired, he would give her payment, engage in relations, and then they would depart. This woman is called a Zaina. She did the Nesa Kedesha. Once the giving of the Torah, Hashem answered a Zaina. As it says, Latia Kadeshim Nes Yisrael should not be a harlot amongst the children of Israel. Fida Kolabel Isha L'Shem Znos, but like Kedushin, anyone who has relations with the woman, Shem Znos with Kedushin, is like Vatel, if you should walk Kedesha, is Max Menatet because he had relations with the Zaina. Kolsha Asir B'Asir B'Tedeh V'Chayva B'Asir Koris V'Heim Amoris B'Parshas After Vis V'Nikres Abes V'Achsman Nikres Everything Aim V'Office Basketson. Whenever it is forbidden to engage relations from the Torah, and engaging in relations making one liable for karis, forbidden relations in Metz and African Mesif, she's a person's mother, a sister's daughter. These relations are called arayis, and each particular forbidden relationship is called an erbo. If nashim achiris, shenasurs m'nagabal v'yisur v'yisur v'nikrim is called the shniyas. Shniyas, the arayis, they are called shniyas for arayis. Olav zmen nikra shniya, which are aimed imoy v'zila hafsik, eid lo ela afilim aim malas surah. All's marital grandmother is continues upwards and interruption of person's maternal grandmother. So the grandmother and also those further removed are also forbidden. Aim avi ime bava, the mother of a person's maternal grandmother. This applies to her alone. Aim ave v'zu ela hefsik ela afila aim ova lamana sura. Person's paternal grandmother. Avi bava, the mother of his paternal grandmother. Eishas aviv. Avihime, which is a hefsek of Ishus Yaakov bin Asur Alachameno. Ishus Avihime Bilbad. This is the wife of the paternal grandfather, the wife of the paternal grandmother. Ishus Achi Aim bin Aram Le'aim. Aram gives the whole list over here. Sign. Kolshos of this material table of course, and Nikrim Asur Leiven. Edi Krem Asur Gedush of Tishayin is I want the Kangala Gusha Zin the Chalal and the Kangala the Kain headed. Umam Zeres, the Ben Yisrael, Basajil Mazar, Basajil Aminim Heva, Basajil Psidaka. Shivah, Rishus After Shtis, After Bimam, Shtis of the Zar, Adai Rishus Yav, Machulsar, Gush, we are still a came to the same. Bada Singus, Mazir, Metals, Fan, and Evas was soon to the same, and Ripples to the Via, but I will explain when it's in there. This is the last Allah of the Yesh. She said in, she used to be us in Masay, and in Machailam. There's a mitzvah, Demi Derishim, with the Shini Bethel, Storm, and I'll give us a bull, look at Godel, Tishanem, Relo, Laikaf. Ela Machal Shnem, there is Tishi Yove, the Kal Shem, Atalam, Shadar Dishin, Shin, the Yove, Machal Shnem, Ishum, Silla, Yikaf, Atalam, Shin, Silla, Yikaf, Olava, Machal, say is Harry, say.